Welcome back, Raw Thoughts listeners, to another episode with me, Mackenzie Tiggs. I am so excited to tell you guys about what I have been up to. If you follow me along on social media, you can find me at rawthoughts.podcast on Instagram, LinkedIn, social media, all of the things. You can find me on there. And recently, I just competed in the Great American Speak Off. And you're like, what is that? It's basically like American Idol, but for speakers. And yes, your girl decided to sign up and to compete. So how this went down was, it was a really long day, actually. Started about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't finish until about 4 p.m. The first round, you get 1 minute to be able to give your speech. And many of my listeners that I get to see in person have continuously asked, like, Mackenzie, what was your speech? And so I'm going to give it to you. And it's not going to be exact because I didn't have it written down. There was no script. You should know me by now, if you have listened along to other episodes, that it's all about being raw, real, authentic, and willing to share. And that's exactly what I did that day. So here it is. Hey guys, my name's Mackenzie Tiggs. Imagine walking into a home and hearing a mom say, please save my son, please save my son. As my crew and I walked through the home, I found a 13-year-old boy, curly hair, with a gun next to his head. As I approached him, I kicked the gun out of the way for safety. My crew and I got him packaged up and out to the ambulance. Lights and sirens, the stress had risen. We were headed to the hospital. We were trying to do everything that we could. Starting IVs, giving him fluid, intubating him, taking his airway and trying to breathe for him. When we got to the hospital and transferred him to the doctor, I gave my report. I remember walking out of that hospital room and seeing the mom and telling her we tried to do everything that we could. It was at that moment I knew something needed to change before the trigger got pulled. That was it. That was my 1 minute speech. Like I said, it wasn't exactly how it was because I don't have it written down. I actually didn't even record it. So the next step in the competition was you either went to round 2 or you went to the second chance. The second chance was basically you didn't make it to round 2, but we're going to give out some kind of like second chance winning opportunities. Very, very, very slim chance of getting a golden ticket within the second chance. And as they had brought in everybody back into the main room on Zoom, they had put in the names up on the screen of who had made it to the second round. And it's going through all alphabetical. I'm looking at the M's and my name was not on the screen. And I listened to everybody else's speeches and I had heard them, and there was about 70 people in round 1 with me. And I remember thinking like, gosh, was that too sensitive of a subject that I just brought up? Was that too much detail? Was it hard for people to consume? What did I do wrong? Or what could I do better this next time? And I will say there was a part of my confidence that had lowered. There was a part of my ego that had just gotten crushed. And it really, really, really humbled me in a way of what is it that I need to do to get better. So as the time went on, it split off into the second chance in the second round. And I was listening to a couple of the speeches in the second chance, and boom, my screen changed. It said, "Welcome to round 2." And I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" Like, my name was not on the screen. Like, I took a picture and I even made sure, like, that I was looking correctly, that there was not my name. So I wrote in the chat and I was like, "Hey, like, my name was not on that screen." And no reply, no response from the judge, no response from the tech people. And I was now in a room of 15 people competing for golden tickets in round 2. And so I continued, and you could talk about anything that you wanted to during these speeches. There was no specific outline. The only requirement or kind of guideline was that you had 2 minutes, and that was it. So for my 2-minute speech, it went something like this. "Hi guys, my name is Mackenzie Tiggs. I found myself in 2017 being a paramedic and walking through a house, hearing a mom say, 'Please save him, please save him.' As I walked through that house, I found a 13-year-old boy, curly hair, with a gun next to his head. My crew and I had done everything to save him. We had got him packaged up, taken him to the hospital, started an IV, intubated him. We were trying to do everything that we could to save him. When I walked out of the hospital room and I saw the mom, and I said, we tried everything that we could. I saw the pain of losing her son at just 13 years old. And as a paramedic, that wasn't the only suicide I had gone to. I had gone to a 52-year-old man that had hung himself. I had gone to numerous different attempts, people taking their lives, feeling like they had no place to be on this earth. And so that's why I founded Raw Thoughts Podcast. Because to me, it means to be real, authentic, and willing to share. Because it's not only these people that are in there trying to commit suicide. It's also our first responders that are continuously going and responding to these. But yet, they're told, you gotta toughen up. Don't let this affect you. It's part of the job. We don't talk about those things, or you're weak. And so I knew something needed to change. We need to be able to open up. We need to be able to ask for help. And for that is why I founded Raw Thoughts Podcast. And actually, I don't even know if that's close to my 2-minute speech, to tell you the truth. It's very, very, very close to that. And it was, I just remember it being so powerful. And the judge at the end of it had mentioned that. He was like, I can feel your power. I can feel your passion for this. And then you have to sit and listen to everybody else's speeches. And they were wonderful. They were so good. Like, there's no part of me in the second round that thought I completely had it. In fact, I thought, holy crap, like, this is a competition. And so after the round 2, we then came back into another kind of group room through Zoom. And they individually spoke the names of the golden ticket winners. And I'm proud to say that I myself, Mackenzie Tiggs, am a golden ticket winner for the Great American Speak Off. And you're like, well, what does that mean? What that means is I will be going to Denver in December and getting additional training with the judges, where then in April of 2024, I will be flying down to Miami, Florida, and getting to compete on stage for the Great American Speak Off. And in that, there has been approximately like close to 30,000 people that have competed in this Speak Off. And in Florida, there will be about 100 people, where then that gets cut down again to about 50. then 30. And it just continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller until the top 3 will be on stage in front of Grant Cardone and his wife and 2 other judges. And I get 3 minutes to be able to give my speech on why mental health and our first responders and allowing people to share their stories and to know that they are not alone, and why there's so much passion behind me that every single person deserves to be on this earth. And so from listening to this, I would love for you to be able to message me, write in on my email, and tell me what you think about those 2 speeches. How did it impact you? What could I do as a speaker to be able to have my own voice be heard by the masses on mental health and suicide prevention? Because I truly, truly, truly do believe that there's more that needs to occur. And I can't do this alone. And I can't fight this fight alone. And it is one reason why I love to bring guests on and we talk about how they've gotten into those pitfalls, how they have gotten to those times in life that are incredibly hard, and how they've also gotten themselves out of them. And the tools that they have been able to use in their specific life to knowing that they do have a purpose, they do have a vision to be on this earth and to living their best life. And so for that, like I said, I would love for you to message me, give me feedback on those 2 speeches of how my voice can be improved, how it can make better impact, and help me win the Great American Speak Off. For this, I would love for you to follow me on social media, on my personal page, as well as the podcast page, to be able to come on this journey with me, be able to come on something where I put myself out there. And there's so many times that my guests are so courageous for coming on and sharing their stories, and so incredibly to be able to get to interview them and ask these deep questions. And now it gets to be my turn. It gets to be my turn of why this matters to me so much. And I would love for you guys to come on this journey with me. Love you. Bye.